The driver, the club we love and also hate. Today I'm going to share with you a couple of real simple things that are going to really make a huge difference to your driving of the golf ball. You're hitting it longer, straighter, lowering your scores because you're finding more fairways more consistently. So two big things that go wrong with the driver, and I see it daily from any student that will pick up the driver. Golfers tend to manage the swing plane depth very easily with an iron, but when it comes to the driver, it becomes a bit of a struggle. So today I want to share with you how we can get more depth with a little practice exercise, but also then a practice swing and concept that you can take to the golf course with zero practice. So something we all love to have is a drill or a fix that requires no work and can make a difference instantly and can also last forever. So what I'm talking about today is kind of plane and depth. Now with the driver, lots of golfers will tend to get their hands too far towards the golf ball, if you like, at the top of the backswing. So they don't achieve enough what we would class as depth. So depth is going this way. Now with a driver, depth becomes very important to allow the club to get into the correct slot as we come down here. If the arm position is too high in the backswing, with a driver with the ball more forward in particular, this is why it works more so with a driver than an iron, or affects us more so with a driver than an iron, it's very easy for us to come with a handle very high and forward as we start down, and that makes it very difficult to make consistent solid contact. When we are hitting down and across the golf ball with a driver, it's kind of curtains. We need the golf club to be almost bottoming out and fatting it so we can then drop kick the drivers more so and hit up on the ball for maximum distance and get that club face closing down or squaring up to hit straight shots or draw shots depending on our preference. So we're going to share two things. The first thing is using an alignment rod just to practice and feeling where the depth should be. And the second thing is a practice swing and concept to take straight to the course. So I would advise going to the range and feeling this, or the garden. Once you felt this with some practice swings, again, you don't hit balls doing this, then you'd hit a few shots, trying to get the feeling, okay, yeah, I'm trying to get my hands or the handle in that location. And then the practice swing I'm going to talk to you about and the concept you can use straight away from now onwards. So as a depth guide, what we're looking at really at the top of the backswing with the driver is the hands and handle to be roughly on about the heel of your body. With an iron, I'd be happy with it be on your ankle. And there are some very good players and outliners who will have it much higher, but will shallow the club more aggressively in transition, which is also fine. And it is also fine with the driver too. If you have the ability to shallow the club very quickly and early in the downswing, you can be more upright for sure in the backswing, or less deep. For most of us, me included, the deeper we can get, the easier, more manageable, and the less work we need to do in the downswing where we have very little time and our brain is pretty busy. So this is going to be roughly on my heel. The idea is I'm going to swing back, and what I want to do is swing down and feel like my forearms would go either side of this rod. So I'm feeling that the depth of the club is there, and then I'm coming down in that position. So we're trying to get the depth in the backswing, and then we're trying to maintain that depth on the way down, and we're trying obviously not to rotate our shoulders too quickly. That helps us keep the depth. If I rotate too quickly from the top of the backswing, you'll see the handle wants to move out and forward. The more we can get the handle moving up and back as we start down, through the trail shoulder mechanics, through the right bend and all the other things, that happens. So we can go through the complicated little nuances in the positions, but we can just say, split this with our forearms. So we try and get in our backswing from our good driver setup, depth, split it, that's all we need to do. Once we've done that a few times, we've got those feels, lay the rod on the ground, roughly in the same position, so you can use that still as a bit of a visual. Can't really go too deep, don't want to go deep early, it's kind of on the normal arc and then deep, and try and feel you're patient on the way down, you kind of stay there, take your drive. Can't hit it any straighter than that, that was great. And it felt fairly effortless. I had to feel I made a bit of effort to get it deep in the backswing, but the rest of it felt easy. Let's get stuck into the concept you can take straight to the course. So the concept you can take straight to the course is baseball bat swings. If you practice with a baseball bat swing, it helps to get the plane and orientation of the club in the correct position. And then when we're hitting the shot, we can just think baseball bat swings. Let's go through it. So what I want you to do is take your normal step to a driver, then stand tall, stand completely vertical, club parallel to the ground. And I want you to swing on an arc, which would be like swinging the baseball. So it's on a very horizontal plane back and through. This is the feel we want for the driver. We get a natural release when we do this. Our forearms naturally square up, our body naturally squares up. So it helps that too. If you were a hooker of the golf ball, you could feel this and feel, okay, I'm going to try and hold it off as I do that. If you needed to encourage more draw, you could feel, okay, I'm going to get the forearms to really be a bit more active and the left hand to point more to the ground as I go through the ball in that post-impact position. But essentially, just baseball bat swings is what we want to do. So stage 1 is club horizontal, body vertical. Stage 2, halfway. Keep it on the relevant plane, so it's on an angle plane, but it's still feeling baseball bat. And then stage 3 is hitting a normal shot, thinking baseball bat. And that concept I've used with loads of golfers to really great effect. And it improves all their driving. It simplifies the mind and it gives them a guide to getting the club deeper and flatter, which works better the longer the club you have. Give it a go and let me know how you've got on.